once we've understood exactly what it is that somebody's bought and what their role is in the organisation, we've got to start filling in the timeline of progress. And so one of the things that I'll often do is go back to the first thought. When did they very first think they needed to go out and look for external help? And how did they go about that approach?
So that's early August that we've done this. And then you said it was mid-July that the IPO is cancelled. Yeah. The pressure then comes on to put this new 3-year strategy to support this management buyout.
Yeah.
When's the first thought that you have that I need to look outside? When?
Well, the day after the COMEX, I took half a day to see what I was able to, what kind of information I was able to find on the internet, and there was information, but sorry.
What information have you gone searching for?
Well, my very first search was how to define a general strategy.
Okay, right.
More seriously, this is, I was trying to find, okay, what can I do? What can I do to generate growth, to improve our efficiency with the AI? That was the kind of thing I was trying to look for. And I'm going to, I'm not sure about the word in English, but I'm going to make a caricature. Is it a good word? Yeah. The main answer I was able to find, with GenAI, you are going to summarize text, you are going to make translation, you are going to write your email or this kind of thing. So not the material to define a strategy.
Now what you'll see here is that he's gone out and he's given us an exact Google search that he's used and talked a bit about what he's doing. And this is very common. If you listen to people as they go about buying something that they're not used to buying, they often don't go off. They're not looking for a consultant to begin with. He's looking to say, well, let me just Google this. What can I learn? These days, I'm sure people are using ChatGPT to do it. I'm hearing that more and more in interviews. When he struggles with what he's finding, that's when he goes off and starts a proper search for a real consultant.
So I had a quick discussion with our French CEO about that the same day, starting to tell him, listen, we have 1 month. I will be almost alone in August in the office. Probably I won't be able to make it by myself. So the idea to take to bring an external support came really quickly, just after these few hours spent to try to find information on the web.
And what you can see there at the end is obviously he's gone in and he's talked to his boss and he said, look, I can't do this alone. The rest of the team are off. Give me the authority now. So the next event that triggers him going from passive looking of who's available, what might give me some context here to be able to build this strategy myself, into actively looking for a consultant that can come in and help him to solve his problem and get what he needs done.
Okay. When you had that conversation with the CEO, 10 seconds, and he said, yep, go for it. Is this before or after you've gone and talked to the AWS partner?
No, it's before. In fact, just after this meeting, I wrote the email to not my account manager, but to the responsible of partnership in AWS in France to ask for him. Okay, I've got this topic. Do you have in the AWS ecosystem some partners with experience on the topic? And yeah.
So the webinar was watched before you had the conversation with the CEO.
Sorry?
Your webinar, you watched that before you had the conversation?
Yeah, in fact, it was really the day before. I arrived at 8 in the office. I spent the whole morning trying to find things. During the lunchtime, I spoke with the CEO, and in the afternoon, I've wrote this email to AWS to have some contacts of companies who could help.
Was the webinar watching a happy accident, or was that part of your research?
Sorry?
The webinar that you watched?
No, it was, the webinar was a few days before. I just cannot tell you how I arrived at this moment on this webinar, because the topic didn't raise at this moment. But well, probably I don't remember how I was able to arrive on it, but it was a few days before. So it was just totally not by mistake, but it was totally I don't know how to say hazard in English.
Do you watch a lot of webinars? Is this uncommon for you to have joined a webinar, or is it?
Yeah. I'm making almost 1 or 2 per week.
Okay. So
on different topic. During a long period of time, it was really on AWS because I wanted at this moment to become an expert on the topic. But I'm curious, let's say, and so maybe or not. It was not a live webinar; it was a replay of the webinar. Okay. So I didn't for this one. I didn't make the action to subscribe, to register, and to assist. It was a replay on YouTube, and yeah, I relevant it without really looking for it.
Okay, that's awesome. Thanks. So now if I go back to you know, in the afternoon, you've written the email to your AWS partner. One you didn't talk to. You said immediately, I've seen this We Envision team on the webinar.
When the day after I've received the feedback from AWS with those 3 companies. The second one was We Envision, and when I saw the name, I was like, I know them, but I can't remember. So I've made a quick search on Google, and by making this research on Google, I found the name of the CEO, and it makes me think about the webinar I was watching a few days before. Yeah,
got it. And Devo team, can you tell me about them? So they're the other one that you remember. What was it? Did you talk to them, and why did you choose or decide?
Okay. So I choose We Envision for 2 reasons. First, because I had in mind the webinar and the result obtained by the CTO of Veolia working with We Envision. So for me, it was a proof that in this area they had started to do things. So that was the main reason. The second one was the sales girl was the first of the 2 companies to answer to me.
Okay.
And another reason was that she was able to put people during August, which was not the case for Devo team.
So there's actually quite a lot to unpack there. He's had a conversation with the CEO and then immediately gone off and fired off an email to his AWS account manager partner to go and get a list of recommended vendors. So again, this teaches us how the selection set is built, and it tells us that if we were trying to do this for other AWS customers, we want to get in bed with AWS and make sure they're recommending us. There's also this issue of a webinar that he came up with earlier on in the conversation, and I'm really trying to place that webinar in the timeline of progress. Is this something that he's actively looked at because he was researching this and he was Googling, or is this something that he's just happened to stumble across or maybe he was interested in? And it turns out it's the latter. He's got a lot of webinars that he watches, and it just so happens that this one came up, and We Envision, his preferred partner, was on there. As you listen in later on, he's in a real hurry in this selection process. Some people take their time, they have very long-winded RFPs and POCs and things like this. He's not. He's got to get this done in a month. He lacks the resources and he needs somebody now. And so as you hear him sort of accelerate through the timeline, he's not even going to talk to all 3 vendors that he gets recommended. He's talking to the one that reacts the quickest, and he's interested in buying from the person who is available and can deliver the resources at the time that he needs. So very important to get that end-to-end timeline of progress. Obviously, this is just a snippet. We dug in deep and we've nailed that around. But you need to bookend everything, and you need to make sure you understand what were the events that triggered somebody to start looking, what triggers them to move from passive to active looking, and then what triggers them eventually to move into deciding and saying, this is the right choice for me. Cheers.